Oh, this is the best Discord almost has to offer us. So you can basically watch everything at the same time. So that's pretty interesting. It's just too bad, man. It's quality. Everything is fine on me. CPU is 2%, FPS is 60, and bitstream is 2500. And 0 frames drop. But alright, let's just focus on the game and what's going on. So hopefully everybody will enjoy a little bit. So we can have some fun. So what do we have? We got Derky with Winter Pact. We got Esquilor with Ironclad. And Ironclad has been super scary lately, with a lot of success on all sides of the tournament. Basically Booming Professor, Bladestorm, Overchargers, and Empress of Chaos, super scary early game. And boosting Elixir is actually pretty strong, as we have seen in the BlackSheep tournament. Yeah, Mistwives are always a very happy thing for people to do. And basically what Derk is going for is the insane Gift of the Wise. He doesn't have Frozen Core. So that's pretty interesting. I've seen a lot of Frozen Core in the previous tournaments and had a lot of success as well, since it was a lot of mana they gained. But now with Gift of the Wise you can play crazy bombers. So basically on turn 7 you clear almost your whole baseline. So that is pretty interesting combo to do for most people. Well, that's what we're speaking of, I guess. And that's a problem for Esquilor, because he needs to chip him down. But with so much pressure, I think it becomes very difficult for him to do so. And we see cards like Green Gill Serpents, which doesn't do a lot against a Winter Pact player, since most of their units are a bit beefy, and they play structures with rock workers and all those kind of shenanigans. It's also pretty interesting to see he is running North Sea Dog. Haven't seen that yet. I would expect if you are running Green Gill Serpents, you would go for a spare Dragonlings or something. Since he doesn't have a spare Dragonlings in his deck, I think that might be a very interesting choice. But it was too much. And GG to Derk for the first match. It's pretty amazing. So now we have everything settled, so the next one will definitely go a little bit better. Well, I didn't even notice, but basically Esquilor was winning the match, since Derk didn't play his BlackSheep card. And then if you have too much pressure on and you beat your opponent without playing it, then you lose. So Galaxy Brain, Big Brain, Millennium Brain, everything is being used. Let's see if Derk will get its revenge. Yeah, that's one of the tricky parts. And we have seen it before, where people actually had some win potentials. But it's a very obscure rule. Probably won't add it in the next tournament anytime soon, because it's not apparent for most people to play around it, but it's very interesting to see. Well, anyways, we see a pretty strong opening for Esquilor. He's running strong with an 3-stringed dudes, basically sound drivers. Hopefully I'm not biased of any kind, but let's see if he had a nice chance, put some pressure on. Well, Green Gill, it's such a weird card. Would have preferred to see him play something else, but hey, It's not my deck. Like Winterpack has a lot of value, as you can already see. Like Cards of Embers of Chaos just needs to be cycled. Perhaps he will using Booming Professors right now. And if he uses Booming Professors, he starts chipping. But he might be afraid that the same thing happens as the previous match. If only the Embers of Chaos could land on the opponent's baseline. That will basically help so much. Yeah, he's already anticipating that Derk will remove his Booming Professors. But that might be a problem. Since I guess Derk does not want to trigger its ability again. Or he does, for 1. So that's already 6, and spare Dragon Link vanilla without another dragon, it's pretty waste. So that's pretty sweet for Esquilor. But we already know that Derk has Gift of the Wise in his hand. And he has no way to deal this. He is not playing around Crazy Bombers either. So we will see a Crazy Bombers just in front of it. Where it will deal a collateral of 4 damage. Because there wouldn't be any reason why Derk wouldn't play it. He just needs to make sure that he keeps First Mutineer in his hand. So he can put First Mutineer next turn as well as a BlackSheep card. Yeah, you should have. Well, is there? Nah. You could soak up the Mistwives. Or at least 3 dwarfs. Interesting. Ah, he's going for the aggro. Yeah, I think this might be the best. What else has he to offer? But he has to do something. Because next turn he's dead. We might see Derk put something else on the baseline. Definitely he's gonna play the First Mutineer. Because he doesn't want to lose another match because he didn't play a BlackSheep card. Or he can play a Calming Spirit in front. I guess he wants to defend somehow. And that might be a bit tricky. But he needs to do something, right? Because he didn't play any BlackSheep cards thus far. What is he doing? Come on, Derk. Play cards, sir. What happened there? Was he thinking too long? Big oof. Seems that Derk has some connectivity issues. Also not sure what Esquilor is doing. I think he's taking the loss or... Oh, he's winning now because of the thing, right? Because he didn't play BlackSheep card. Oh. What is happening here? This is so weird. Sweet. They will do a rematch on the second match. Since of the turn time was a bit wonky for Derk. So let's hope we will see an amazing match right now. Otherwise you win by letting yourself killed twice in a row. I think the first one was a bit more big brain and adapting to the rules. The second match, as we saw, basically Derk could have easily countered it. So it wasn't his intention not to play his Calming Spirits or one of his runners. Esquilor has a pretty decent start. I think second player is pretty nice. He also has a runner. It's hard for Derk to completely kill it. If he wants it, he needs to play his Terrific Slayers. That already solves the issue of playing a BlackSheep card though. Let's see if he goes for that. And he does. Keeps him front. Now the ball is on Esquilor's. Yeah, but this is pretty tricky where the Terrific Slayers removes the front. Because Esquilor is pretty needy. Well, this makes sense, a good defense. But we're getting high in the mana already. And we see Dawn Sparks also in the hand for Derk. Which is a pretty scary card. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Rock Workers, well, again, like 5 mana, 8 value. Pretty sweet on the defense side. Destructibots is easy. Fortification Tonics is super awkward. I think he really needs to try to focus on most likely this and Sound Drivers. You want to destroy everything, I guess, or not. This way you can push forward. I would never do the Green Gill Serpents. I think the Green Gill Serpents is just... well, it's basically 1 strength less in this case. Would have been interesting to see if he was shooting it forward. But now it's a bit more steady to get front. But the annoying thing is if he plays his unit on the second column, it attacks the Fort of Ebon Rock. So I would have preferred to place it 1 to the left. But yeah, that's minor details. Defensively, just not reading it out. I think it would be even great for Derk if he played it in the first row, 3rd column. But then he would get additional value, but he already has his Gift of the Wise in his hand and crazy bombers. So most likely he's just thinking about defending and trying to get the shenanigans on. Well, that's the first 3 damage. I think it will be very, very tricky. And I think Esquilor is pretty sad he doesn't have Destructibots after the Booming Professors, because it's such an important card. And now he's just going to put a lot of pressure, so basically Esquilor doesn't have enough cycles to kill everything. Like even overcharges only does 1. And then he still cannot get any forward momentum. Yeah, might see a boosting elixir now. Just to keep front. What a silly sound. Nobody likes the blub 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 sound, I guess, but here it is. I don't see anything on Derk's side. It's a bit laggy. There it is, back again. I think he starts defending. Basically, maybe that... well, that suits it up. No shenanigans with Destructibots. And this will be most likely on his baseline or something. Yeah, this will be annoying. Because now if Esquilor wants to move forward on the 3rd row, 3rd column, it attacks to the right. Right. Does it matter? Well, it is 1, still 2 off. But we see in the glimpses of Derk's hand, he already has Terrific Slayers and First Mutineer. So, I think this is GG. Well, you basically missed the first match. And the second match, which was a rematch. Yeah, he will just push forward, I guess, right? Oh, he's even defending. Yeah, this is a weird spot. But as we can see, Esquilor, there's no threats in hand. Interesting to not... well, now it goes, right? Not even. Getting on 4 HP might have been crucial for a win. Because then he could have won with Booming Professors, 6 mana and Overchargers. Basically he could play in the 4th column and then just shoot forward twice. But he's still not in range. Yeah, that was a Destructor bot. He's pretty unlucky. At least he got this going on. So most likely he will defeat it by using spare Dragon Links, I guess. But did he just win? Because he might cycle into Overchargers. And he can have the second Dwarves on the 2nd column in front of his baseline. Like Booming Professors can shoot for 3 forward. And then you only need to cycle in the Overchargers. We haven't seen Overchargers in a while. And Derk can't do anything about it. Except if he puts a unit behind it. Oof, such a value. But he's not playing around it. So there's 1 out. There's 1 out, sir. You have to cycle something. If it's overcharged, it's GG. 9. Can he still window? Wait, he doesn't have enough mana. Why did he do that? Why didn't he just go for Green Gill Serpents and then Boom Professors, and it would have been 2 mana. So close. That was pretty close, sir. So we have a 1-1 at the moment. Let's update the score as well. And they immediately go into the last match. It's a best of 3. So let's see who will win this one. Well, green prototype is always a good stuff. Pretty insane opener. But now it doesn't really matter if Yowling Weavers kills a friendly unit. Well, Green Gill Serpent. That's 2 strength. Doesn't actually matter if the green prototype lives or not. It's basically 0 mana as always. I think I heard someone sneezing a little bit. Everything can happen, right? So what do we have? Some big oofs. And we are really reaching the 6 mana. So almost at the 7 for the Gift of the Wise shenanigans. Like Winter Pact basically always cycles to 7 mana. Gift of the Wise. Would love to see some stuff from Derk, but his stream just died out. Does he really want to play Destructor Bots? I would go for an Overchargers and a North Sea Dog. Because if you play those cards, then you can use Destructor Bots. Maybe with Destructor Bots you definitely don't want to have a weird cycle there. This is good. Chips for 2. With 6 mana, 7 value isn't that much, even on equals. So we are not very... well, if you are for Esquilor, then it's not helping his cause too much. We don't know what Derk has. He definitely has no Gift of the Wise. Otherwise that card would have seen play already. He does have his Crazy Bombers, so he most likely didn't cycle Crazy Bombers, which made his hand a bit more awkward. Oh, interesting. Maybe I would place this on the first row, first column on the second row, so it would eat the Booming Professors for breakfast. Yeah, now he will go with the greed play. Or not. Well, if you're gonna play that, you need to play Westwind Sailors, right? Otherwise, you always play this one for an additional chip. It is big. Oofy doofy. But it will trigger it. Next turn, definitely we're gonna see Gift of the Wise and Crazy Bombers to deal with the Booming Professors. He's thinking, man. He needs to be quick. Turn timer, man. Turn timer. There are animations in the world. Animations, sir. So he's basically setting up a fortification tonic for the next turn. But I don't think there will be a next turn. This is going to be problematic for Derk to remove all front. But as we can see, Esquilor doesn't have a lot of pressure with Embers of Chaos or other dudes. We might use Destructobots and a boosting Elixir to put some front. And he will place Crazy Bombers most likely now on the second column, fourth down. Oh, he also has now Rock Workers. So that might also see some play. Rock Workers attacking Booming Professors. And Mistwives attacking the other one. So many choices. He needs to be quick at least. Ooh, this is a pretty interesting defensive play. I think this is a pretty smart one. Because it becomes very awkward. And there will be an 8 strength Dawn Sparks on Esquilor's baseline soon. So I'm not sure how he plans to deal with that. Like if he now uses this one and boosting Elixir. So I think that's the play, right? What? If you're gonna play Green Gold, you give a better play. I'm not sure what. The funny part is that the Crazy Bombers is defending forever actually. It might be a turn where Derk just goes all in. Puts everything on Esquilor's baseline. Interesting. Well, this makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Yeah, so he's basically getting 8. But Derk still needs to play one of his BlackSheep cards. If he doesn't play one of his BlackSheep cards, he will lose. Or did he? He didn't play Terrific Slays, I guess, in the beginning, right? It was the previous match. Otherwise, we need to look back to VOD. I don't think he has done it yet. Or going for the lethal. Pretty interesting. He only he's chilled Stone Dames and he still cycle. He needs to not kill him. That will be fine. He will have enough mana right now. Yeah, Booming Professors. Not taking it. So, BlackSheep card has been played. So now Esquilor wants to cycle like a madman. Sadly, the Crazy Bomber is not putting pressure, but is also not giving Esquilor any opportunity to place Empress of Chaos. Yeah, this makes sense. Brings him down to 3. He starts chipping him down. Crazy Bombers are getting nutty. Yeah, he just needs to focus on... I would probably prefer his Esquilor style defending. But then as counter, Derky will just put everything defensively from on his baseline. So Booming Professor would never see any damage. But he still has to do some stuff. And 2 HP is pretty annoying. Let's see what he has. He has another Crazy Bombers. And we might see a spare Dragonlings. To put in 4 damage on Esquilor's baseline. But he never knows, right? There's always a small chance. So he basically always needs to be super defensive. What? Well, this is Booming Professor attacking Fort of Ebonrock might be lethal. So this is super weird. What's going on? And why is this game lagging? He gets another turn, which is amazing for him. So definitely we're gonna see Destructo bots. Most likely boosting Alex. Yeah, that's the only... Why? You can play everything, right? You have 9 mana, that's 7. This makes no sense, sir. Why? This is a huge misplay. He's losing a lot of value by not letting North Sea Dark. You can play a Fortification Tonic anyways. And now it's just 3 string. Or do I miss something? Like North Sea Dark gets 4 strength. Ah, huge misplay. It is a misplay. I think every stat on your unit counts. But if it might be 4, you might be a bit scared for Chilled Stone Dames. And Yowling Weavers. Well, this might be lucky. I'm not sure what cards are, but maybe he can win now by destroying it. Well, this will spawn forward. And now he needs to play something in front of spare Dragonlings, otherwise he might die if there will be a Booming Professor, man. Come on, sirs. Are we gonna... He can stall for another turn. It's only 3 HP. So, what are we gonna see? Do we see a Blade Storm and Sound Drivers baseline? Then I would have preferred he played it a little bit differently. Well, this is also pretty sweet. This might be even better than what I was thinking up. But the problem also is that he needs to have a target which give him a Booming Professor shot. And now Derk needs to spend his whole turn denying that possibility. So he's gonna do a lot of nasty stuff. So the Fort of Ebonrock is the only place he might want to hit. Oh, he's even protecting it. Sweet. What that sound? Alright, so yeah, that's definitely gonna see. He hopes Destructor bots. Oh, sick. Man, oh man. What can happen? Bladestorm, obviously. Booming Professors. Why? Yeah, you don't want this, right? I think it's only 1 HP. And now it will definitely be killed, so it needs to cycle a whole different turn. Yeah, now yeah, Derk is pretty annoying. The units are just too strong. Well, most likely we'll be playing Yowling Weavers on Booming Professors. That needs to die. Well, this also helps. Like the second column is safe forever. So we won't see any shenanigans there. He will just use to take a enemy baseline. Well, let's see how strong North Sea Duck becomes. What? Well, that's a big oofy. He didn't expect that, I guess. That's the stress, I guess. Because he definitely didn't want to have a 1 strength North Sea Dog. Nobody likes that. And this is GG. We already see he has Fierce Mutineer, last remaining damage. So this will be it. And 2-1 for Derk. And Derk has won and continues on. I think to the semifinals, right? Or at least he won this match. And mad respect to Esquilor for doing a rematch. Because he basically already won 2-0. But he gave Derk another opportunity because well, some turn timer shenanigans. Well guys, hope you liked this and enjoyed this somewhat amateuristic tournament setup stream, but at least it's fun to do, and I think it's very interesting to see what both players are playing, and then we can actually talk a little bit about what's happening. Thank you guys for watching. This will also be the end of my stream, and for sure the ping pong that will be removed for future streams, and hopefully I will be able to have a complete setup and not this techie that I just tried to do very quickly because I had only like a couple of minutes. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the BlackSheep tournament. I will post more matches online. I got the new computer which I can use for video editing once again, so I won't have blue screens. And well, see you there, see you on stream, see you while playing Stormbound or any other game, and maybe we can even do other multiplayer games, so that would be nice. Thanks guys for watching, and cheers.